Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ishansh, and today I'm gonna talk about the minimizing potential hazards of materials and finishes for buildings. So please pay attention just for 10 to 15 minutes. What we are gonna learn about is the importance of material selection, why material selection is important, and what are the common hazardous materials and finishes and what potential hazards these materials cause, and what are then the regulations and standards and the ways to assess material hazards. So first we will start with the importance of material selection. Why material selection is important? So to ensure the health and safety of building occupants, necessary compliance with legal and building codes for avoiding issues, for long-term economic benefits and building lifespan by good quality materials, and reducing the environmental impact and risks such as fires and toxic exposures. These were the importance of material selection. Next we have what are the common hazardous materials used in construction. So we have four common hazards which are lead-based paints. So they cause poisoning if it is ingested or inhaled as a dust. Then we have polyvinyl chloride, also known as PVC. It is used by electricians and plumbers. They produce harmful dioxins when exposed to high heat. Then we have asbestos. This is a naturally occurred fiber. You can see this one. This is asbestos. This is a naturally occurred fiber and they cause lung cancer. So this was used in insulation and roofing. Next we have volatile organic compounds, VOCs. These are also found in paints and finishes and they cause respiratory issues. Next we have what potential hazards are caused by these materials. What type of hazards are caused by these materials? We have four common hazards which are health hazards, fire hazards, structural hazards and environmental hazards. So you might have seen these kind of signs everywhere. So first one is for general warning, next one is for toxic, third one is for biohazard, and this is for radioactivity, radioactive hazard. This is for atom world sign, that is high voltage sign. This is for moving machine signs. This is for flammable materials, and the last one is for explosive hazard. So let's start with the health hazards. So if someone comes in the touch with the hazardous materials, they will have respiratory issues if they have inhaled any dust. Then they will have skin irritation, eye irritation and toxic exposure. Fire hazard. Flammable materials can cause fire to spread and these fires release toxic smoke in the environment. Next we have structural hazards. Poor quality may degrade faster, making the building unstable. If we use poor quality materials, the building will degrade faster or its lifespan will be less, which will make the building unstable. And failure under stress. If you do not choose or select perfect material, the building will come under stress and will increase the risk of collapse during earthquake. And the last one is environmental hazard. It consists of or it involves soil contamination, water contamination and air quality, indoor air quality or outdoor air quality pollution. Soil contamination. Throwing hazardous materials into soil makes the environment pollution. Same with the water, when factories or big firms throw their waste in rivers, they make the environmental pollution and affect all ecosystem. And we have last is indoor air quality. Unsafe materials release harmful gases for occupants. If bad material is used, so they will release gases which will affect the occupants' health. Next we have NZ regulations and standards. First one is Building Act 2004. This is a government building work in New Zealand and sets requirements for safe, healthy and durable buildings. Building Act governs the building work in New Zealand and they sets the requirements for healthy, safe and durable buildings, and NZBC is commonly known as New Zealand Building Code. NZBC sets the lowest requirements for any building that will be safe, durable and healthy. Health and Safety at Work Act 2015. It provides guidelines for workplace safety and the responsibility of the workers and their co-workers at the project. Next we have assessing materials hazard. Common ways to assess material hazards are: identify materials used in the construction process by identifying the materials. Second one is verify compliance with all the New Zealand standards, ensuring it meets New Zealand regulations and building codes. And next is the test materials in labs to verify the safety of materials for fire resistance and toxicity. Analyze exposure risk while keeping in mind who will be exposed to the material, and mitigate risk by replacing hazardous materials. These were the ways to assess, to evaluate or to measure the material hazards. And these are the ways to minimize those building material hazards. It is substitution using PPE kit, training and education, regulatory compliance, maintenance and inspection and waste management. Substitution means removing one material and replacing it with another. So choosing materials for lower toxicity and less environmental impact, and using co-friendly materials which are safer for human beings. Next is PPE, personal protective equipment. Provide proper PPE kits such as gloves, masks, safety glasses and protective clothing for handling hazardous materials. One PPE kit consists of these things: a proper helmet, safety boots, their safety headphones, glasses, their gloves and mask, and a full clothing. Next is training and education, ensuring workers are given adequate training for proper handling, installing and disposing of the hazardous materials. Next one is the regulatory compliance. So compliance with relevant regulations and standards governing the use of materials to ensure safety, and ensuring that all building materials meet the requirements of New Zealand Building Code. And next is maintenance and inspection. Conduct regular inspections to identify the possible hazards arise at any building site. And waste management, properly disposing of hazardous materials and ensuring recycling or disposal practices to minimize environmental impacts. And lastly we have conclusion. Selecting material and finishes is a careful step in order to ensure the safety, health and well-being of occupants. Regulations and standards in New Zealand provide a solid framework for guiding safe material use in construction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. It's 8 minutes. Thank you so much for your effort. For the asking, is there any question? No. Yeah. What steps can you take to check the material hazardness? What steps you can take for checking the material hazardous?
To evaluate or check, we need these 5 steps to assess material hazard. To first of all, we identify materials used in any material construction process. Then we will verify the compliance with New Zealand Building Code. Then we will test the materials in labs to make sure that they are to check their toxicity level and sometimes their strength and durability test. And we will also analyze exposure risk while keeping in mind that who will be exposed when the building is occupied. And last one is we will mitigate risk by replacing those hazardous materials.
And how would be the impact of choosing a right material, not right material, I mean, for our health safety?
Sorry, sir.
The users, or the person, the people who are working in the site, how would be the impact of not choosing, not correctly not a suitable material for finishing, for example, how would be the impact of that?
So
For their safety measures,
they will face some health issues,
such as
such as they might have skin irritation, eye irritation if they don't go with the proper health and safety,
asthma.
and any incident might happen.
Thank you so much.